So we're going to have a look at one of our favourite games, which is the orientation game. So the orientation game helps build engagement between you and your dog, especially when you start working in areas that are a little bit more distracting. We're going to start the activity just at home though, to get the hang of it. And then this is a game that I really want you to take out in public. Really bring it to lots of different environments, because it's a great fun way to teach your dog that you're more valuable and more fun, more interesting and more rewarding than the external environment. So one of the big problems a lot of people have is when they go out with their dog, all their dog wants to do is be pulling at the end of the lead to get the reward of sniffing and pulling towards other dogs and pulling towards other people. And really, they couldn't care less about you on the other end of the lead. For them, the external environment is way more exciting and way more rewarding. The problem with that is that then if you want your dog to actually be walking calmly beside you, or if you want your dog to come when you call them, or if you just want to be able to interact with your dog and for them to obey and listen to you, that's not going to happen. So that's why it's so important, before we even start teaching them to sit and drop and walk on a loose lead, is start creating that value for you when you are out in public. So the other benefits of the orientation game is it's a great setup for our loose leash walking, and it's also a great setup before we start introducing the recall, the come when called command as well. So let's have a look at what the orientation game looks like. So I'm going to always start the orientation game with giving the dog a clear command to let them know that they are allowed to go and take the food that I throw. So I'm going to throw a piece of food out, let my dog go out and get the food, and then it's a waiting game. I'm then going to wait until I see my dog orientate back to me. So they don't have to come back to me, they just need to look back at me. As soon as that dog looks back at me, I'm going to mark yes, and then I'm going to throw a piece of food out in the other direction. They go get that food. Once they orientate back to me again, I'll mark yes and throw a piece of food out in the other direction. So we're going to throw, 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 throw. And then when I'm finished that repetition, I'm going to mark yes, and I'm actually going to move backwards and have the dog chase me for the final reward there. And then we can restart the game again if we wish to. So it's really good to have a bunch of food ready to go in your hand, because you don't want to be fumbling around looking for food and be too slow there. So show the puppy that you've got some food. In the beginning, especially if this is really new to your puppy, or if you're training on grass, it's harder for the puppy to find the food. So don't throw it too far to begin with. So get it, and I'll throw that out. Yes, and then I throw it in the other direction, waiting for him to look, yes, and there, yes, good boy. So you notice I say yes, and then I throw the food. I'm not waving the food around to get the puppy's, yes. Sorry, I'm not waving the food around to get the puppy's attention, yes. Yes. Yes, and then we'll finish that one. Good boy, and bring him right in. Good job. Good. Good. Well done. Free. And then we can start the next one. So I'll get my food ready. There. Good. Get it. Yes. Yes. You notice I'm just standing in the one spot. Yes. I'm not moving around. Yes. Yes. Oops, missed it. There. If that happens, I might just, yes, throw another one for them. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Ba-ba-ba. Good job. Good. Good. So that's the orientation game. So make sure you practice that in lots of different environments, starting in your backyard or in your front driveway first, where there's not too much distraction. In the beginning, when this is new to your dog, you might find that you'll throw that first piece of food out. They'll go and sniff and get that piece of food, and then they might sort of hang over there sniffing and looking for more food, or getting distracted with sniffing something else as well. Just wait them out. Sometimes you might even have to wait up to a minute before the dog actually orientates back to you. But it is a waiting game. You're looking at capturing and rewarding when your dog chooses you over the environment. So you can see every time I mark yes, I throw the food away, my dog goes out into the environment for reward, but they have to look back and orientate to me to be able to go back out away from me to get the reward there. So it teaches our puppy to, yes, be able to go out there away from us, but to keep checking in with us. And so you start to create a bit of a sort of bubble around you where reinforcement is, rather than just running off and then we have to go find them. Hang on. Okay, Kira, go, get it. Yes. Yes. So we do have a bit of a distraction behind us with another dog. Yes. Yes. So this is a great example of using that orientation game. She's learning to ignore that dog. Yes. Good. Yes. Good. Yes. And as your dog starts to learn the game, yes, you can start to throw that food out further. Yes. Oh, she lost it. There it is. Good. Yes. Good job. And we finish. Yeah, good job. Good job. Well done. Good girl.